Lawyers, what are the trials that unveiled corporate conspiracies? Case 16, the Corporate Wildfire, PG&E 2020. In this massive legal battle, the Pacific Gas and Electric Company, PG&E, faced liability for a series of devastating wildfires that destroyed communities across California. The legal team, representing thousands of victims through the Fire Victim Trust, argued that these fires were not unavoidable acts of God, as the company might claim. Instead, the plaintiffs' lawyers contended that the disasters were the direct result of corporate negligence and a run-to-failure culture. The core of the argument was that the company allegedly diverted money that should have been spent on safety maintenance and instead used it to boost profits for shareholders. Lead counsel Frank Peter and his team utilized a strategy of deep historical reconstruction. They did not just look at the day of the fire, they looked back at years of records. The legal team meticulously reconstructed the history of specific power transmission lines. Through this process, they presented evidence arguing that PG&E had internal records showing their infrastructure was aging and dangerous. The lawyers claimed that despite having these records, the company chose not to replace the old equipment. The argument was that the company knew the risks were high, but decided to gamble with public safety to save money. The legal team essentially put the company's maintenance budget on trial. They argued that the company's decision-making process was a conspiracy of inaction, where known hazards were ignored until it was too late. The result of this intense legal pressure was a historic settlement. PG&E agreed to pay approximately $13.5 billion to resolve the claims. This settlement was a major victory for the plaintiffs because it established a precedent that utility companies can be held responsible when their failure to maintain equipment leads to the destruction of homes and lives. It forced the company to face the consequences of allegedly prioritizing financial goals over the safety of the forests and towns they served.